Hello and welcome to my celery juicing 101 video. Celery juice is one of the most powerful natural juices that you can have, especially if you're someone that, like me, suffers with acid reflux. This is like a replacement for things like digestive bitters, digestive enzymes. Generally, if I have celery juice, it will make quite a profound difference in terms of the acid reflux symptoms. So something that's really great to keep in your toolbox, especially when you run out of digestive enzymes or you're eating foods that may not be the most optimal foods to be consuming. So think about those foods that are really hard to digest, especially foods that have a lot of grain content or are depleted in their enzymes. Perhaps they haven't been soaked. Maybe you need to go out somewhere and have dinner at a restaurant and you know they're not preparing those foods in the way that will optimize its digestion. So having a glass of celery juice prior to that will make quite a huge difference. And it also has a whole host of detoxing benefits. Celery juice is fantastic for detoxing on a daily basis, or perhaps on a couple of times a week if it's not possible, because I know that the price of celery right now is quite astronomical, especially if the celery is coming from the US with all the tariffs that are going on. But hopefully you can find yourself some celery that's not too badly priced. Now what I have here is organic celery. It's already been washed. It's really important to stick to organic celery. Celery is one of those foods on the top of the dirty dozen list. They often spray conventional celery with quite a lot of the pesticides, so you don't want to get all that pesticide residue into your celery juice. So this is something that I think it's very important to be mindful of, to try and stick to organic celery. I'm gonna be juicing celery and going through that. So first off, I'm gonna try and chop these into smaller blocks. Now this is really important because celery has these long fibers that often get caught up in the juicer. So when juicing celery, try and slice it up to really small blocks to allow for it to easily move through your juicer. So there we go, got the juicer loaded up. Next I'm going to run my juicer and let it do its business. Something to be really mindful of when it comes to celery is to always make sure that when you're juicing celery, you're not diluting it with any water or any other ingredients. It's got to be pure celery juice in order to have that very beneficial effect in terms of fighting a lot of the viruses that are in our body, especially if you're someone that is following the medical medium protocol. Then celery juice has to be had in its raw, authentic form. Nothing, no dilution, no adding of any other ingredients into your juice, because it's going to reduce its effectiveness. So that's something to be mindful of if you are having celery juice on that detox protocol. Then you want to ensure that you're having it pure and you're waiting at least 30 minutes before consuming anything else. So with that, let's just wait for the juicer to get done and then we'll be back. Alright, so the juicer's done its business. I'm just gonna allow for that juice to drain out. Sometimes a good idea to use a strainer so that none of the pulp or fibers get into your juice. I'm just gonna drain all that out into... Okay, so there you go. That is the celery juice. If this is something that you are having an adverse reaction to, start off with smaller quantities and slowly build yourself up. There are some people that react very negatively to celery juice just because of the amount of toxicity in our body and the detoxing that needs to take place. Like I said, this is a very powerful juice that we can use. It's natural, it's from nature itself. Don't worry too much about the sodium within there's a very specific type of sodium. It's sodium plus the salts that have a very beneficial effect. It's not the same as your table salt. It's very natural and very powerful as well in terms of its nutritional benefits, as well as supplying our body with a lot of the electrolytes and salts that it needs, because it's coming from nature itself. It's not processed, it's not synthetic. It's much more bioavailable than a lot of the stuff that we get from over the counter that are processed by pharmaceutical companies. You're getting it straight from the food itself. So this is, to me, is one of the most powerful detoxing juices that we can have. As always, if any of this content resonates with you, please do like, share and subscribe. And leave your comments in the comment section below. Have you tried celery juice? How is it affecting your health? Is there something you want to incorporate? With that, enjoy.